Qualification for the 2021 World Baseball Classic begins this Friday, March 13th, and runs until the 25th. 12 teams will take part. 4 will advance to the big tournament next year. The other 8 will have to wait another 4 years for their next chance. Video's out a little early this week. If I uploaded at the usual time, it would have premiered just hours before the first game starts. I would have done it last week, but rosters weren't out until last weekend. Qualifier 2 rosters still aren't out yet, so I'll just be doing Qualifier 1 here. In case you haven't been keeping up, it was recently announced that the WBC will be expanded to 20 teams from the usual 16. In the previous edition, the top 12 teams from the last WBC automatically qualified. The bottom 4 were relegated to the qualifying round where they were joined by 12 other teams. The 16 teams were divided into 4 team qualifiers, all played at different locations. The winner of each qualifier advanced to the WBC. This time around, all 16 teams from the last WBC qualify automatically. The 12 hopefuls will be split into 2 qualifiers. The top 2 teams from each qualifier will play in next year's WBC. So the qualifying round is reduced from 16 to 12, while the number of teams moving on is the same, which means everyone has a better chance of making it. And having all 16 countries from the last WBC get in automatically means that teams like Canada, Mexico, and Taiwan won't have to qualify, so you'll have a much more even playing field. That should provide more exciting games to watch. Another change is that the 2 qualifiers will both take place at the same location, Keno Sports Complex in Tucson, Arizona. The timing of the event is also different. 4 years ago, 1 qualifier took place in February, 2 others in March, and the last one wasn't until September. This time around, everything will be over and done with in 2 weeks in March. Qualifier 1 will be played first, from the 13th to the 18th, and will consist of South Africa, France, Germany, Nicaragua, Brazil, and Pakistan. Brazil is ranked 22nd in the world, 3rd highest in Qualifier 1. In the 2013 WBC Qualifier, Team Brazil was grouped with 3 countries known for baseball: Panama, Nicaragua, and Colombia. Brazil surprised everyone by beating all 3 of those countries and joining the field of 16. That team was led by Hall of Famer Barry Larkin, and he will once again be managing this team. Brazil's roster consists of 10 minor league players. The name that really sticks out is Dante Bichette Jr., brother of Bo Bichette of the Toronto Blue Jays, and son of former major leaguer Dante Sr. He played at AA Wichita last year in the Washington Nationals organization. Rodrigo Takahashi is a 23-year-old right-handed pitcher in the Diamondbacks organization. Last summer at AA Jackson, he was 9-7, .372 ERA. South Africa's world ranking is 1 place behind Brazil at number 23, 4th best ranking in Qualifier 1. They competed in the first 2 WBCs in 06 and 09 when it was invitation only. In the last 2 qualifiers, they've come up with wins, but not enough to advance to the main event. Their manager is Andy Berglund. He managed South Africa for the last WBC qualifier. He's also managed the Czech and French teams in the past. The biggest name on this team is infielder Gift Ngope, who, 3 years ago, became the first South African to play in MLB. This past winter, he had a .926 OPS with the Sydney Blue Sox of the Australian Baseball League. He'll be joined by his younger brother, Victor, a former Pirates prospect at second base. Relief pitcher Kieran Lovegrove of the Dodgers organization has played as high as AAA. Nicaragua is ranked 15th in the world, the highest of any Qualifier 1 team. In the last WBC qualifying round, Nicaragua was second to Mexico in Qualifier 2, and therefore did not advance. Marvin Benard, a San Francisco Giants outfielder from '95 to '03, returns as manager. Infielder Chesler Cuthbert has played at the big league level in each of the last 5 seasons. Left-handed pitcher Leonardo Crawford of the Dodgers organization has reached the AAA level. They are among 5 players on Nicaragua's roster affiliated with major league clubs. Germany comes into this event ranked 19th in the world, 2nd highest in Qualifier 1. They were winless in the last WBC qualifier, losing a close one to Nicaragua and getting thumped by Czech Republic. Steve Jansen manages this team. He was the bullpen coach for the 2013 Netherlands team that reached the semifinals of the WBC. 23-year-old infielder Brendan Donovan of the St. Louis Cardinals organization appeared briefly at AAA Memphis 1 year ago. Starting pitcher Marcus Solbach had a .257 ERA at AA Tulsa in the Dodgers organization. He plays winter ball with the Adelaide Giants of the Australian Baseball League, where he was named MVP for the 2018-19 season. 6 minor leaguers in all are on Germany's roster. Bruce Bochy, the 3-time World Series winning manager of the San Francisco Giants, will manage the French team, ranked 25th in the world. France was winless in the last WBC qualifier, losing to Spain and twice to Panama. Bochy's son, Brett, a former Giants pitcher, is on the team. Allen Hansen will join him. He's played at the major league level in each of the last 4 seasons, last year with the Blue Jays. 3 players on France's roster are affiliated with major league clubs. Pakistan is the world's 27th ranked national baseball team. 4 years ago was their WBC Qualifier debut, and it didn't go well. They dropped 2 games to Brazil and Great Britain by a combined 24-0. Syed Fakhar Ali Shah was their manager then and will be again this time. No major or minor leaguers, past or present, on Pakistan's roster, so it's highly unlikely you'll ever see any of their players in a major league uniform. But if they somehow qualify for the WBC, it would be one heck of a story to tell. Now, what can we expect from these teams? Well, the one team I don't expect anything from is Pakistan. They are the lowest ranked team in this pool, coming off 2 lopsided defeats in the last qualifying round, and have a roster completely made up of amateur players. It's good to have teams like this, they're always fun to watch, but I don't think they have a realistic shot at qualifying, more likely that they'll drop out after 2 defeats. If they can avoid getting shut out and keep both games within a single-digit margin, chalk that up as a victory for Pakistani baseball. The other 5 countries all have a realistic chance at making it to the big show, but out of those 5, I think France is the weakest. Based on how they've fared in international competitions and the low number of professional players on their roster, they look like the number 5 team here. Bochy is a great manager, so it wouldn't surprise me if he led this team to a couple of upsets, but he doesn't have a whole lot to work with. One thing I don't like about this team is the number of non-French players with only a very small connection to the country, including all 3 minor league players on their roster. I've expressed my dislike for that practice in a previous video. That doesn't mean I'm rooting against them though. Plenty of French-born players on the roster, and my hope is that one of them emerges as a team's star player. South Africa I'm picking for 4th. The MLB-affiliated talent they're bringing into this tournament is about equal to what France is bringing, but they have a better record of winning overall, and have done well in past WBC qualifiers, so I think they'll finish a little bit higher. But I don't think they have the pitching to make it into the top 3. Lovegrove is their only professional pitcher, and he can't be on the mound all the time. Germany, on the other hand, has a better pitching situation. Not only do they have 2 pitchers coming from the minors, but Solbach is the kind of pitcher who can dominate in a competition like this, so a lot will depend on which games he is starting. If they find themselves in a situation where they're just a win away from qualifying and he's available for the next start, then their chances are really good. Same situation and he's already been used, they're in trouble. Their offense isn't bad, but no match for Nicaragua and Brazil, the 2 teams I'm picking to make it out of the qualifier and into the WBC. Here's why. Nicaragua's roster contains the same number of MLB-affiliated players as Germany, but the quality of these players is higher. The remaining members of their roster play in Nicaragua's professional league, the LNBP, a league that is on a higher level than the German league. Brazil has the most players affiliated with Major League ball clubs, as many as Germany and Nicaragua combined. They're managed by a Major League legend who has already proven that he can lead his team to a WBC qualification, and this time he'll have more talent to work with. That is why I'm going with Brazil to win Qualifier 1. Nicaragua and South Africa will receive first-round byes as a reward for finishing second in their qualifying group at the last WBC. Nicaragua gets the winner of Brazil and Pakistan. South Africa gets the winner of Germany and France. Format is double elimination. A total of 9 games will be played. All games can be seen absolutely free on MLB's YouTube channel. Starting times range from 12:30 in the afternoon to 7:30 in the evening. The Major League season is still 2 weeks away, so let the WBC qualifications fill that void. Let's get the views up for this event. So, leave a comment and let us know who your picks are to make it out of the qualifier. And subscribe to this channel for more international baseball videos. Until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.